Welcome back, one and all, to the second half of this qualifying final in the Premier League hockey. Hale, try as they might, they're down 2-0 to the Reds. It's going to be a big fight back in this second half if they're any chance. They've still got a double chance in this final series, so they're not out of it if they lose tonight, but big mental victory if they can actually get on top of what has been a dominating Red side. Rick, any hope, any danger?
Oh yeah, Hale are always dangerous. They've got some real talent at the front. Flynn's the leading goal scorer in the competition. They've got a whole range of dangerous midfielders. They've got a corner that can hurt you. They've applied a fair bit of pressure, but Reds were pretty resilient, defended the perimeter well. Only a couple of corners were the only real scoring chances for Hale. They've got to perhaps get a couple more from open play. But of course, if you're Aquinas or Reds, you're always dangerous on the counter.
Gee, what a crafty little first touch from Kleinschmidt. Almost opened Foster up immediately. Good pace on the ball. Fred Gray says enough is enough. We need to take the game to the Reds. Flynn's open inside the circle. Just need this connecting ball from Austin. Now can fling in, decides to hold it. Flynn just tries to dink it in. Dangerous ball.
Surprising that. I thought that was okay. It was just well saved.
I think it might be the inboard one. Brody Foster down on the other side. Flynn, yeah. Ever so close for that, just missing the defender going in and being called all square.
But it's end-to-end stuff. You know, there's a chance at one end, the other team quickly has the ball and can get to their opponent's goal quickly.
Hayden Belts. Once again, they take the direct pace-on option. They can't sustain this for 2 more quarters, but maybe they think they need one early here. Both forwards covering up the post a little bit, looking at each other, who's covering the top.
Yeah, they're both on the same line. Someone else that perhaps needed to get there, you're 2 goals down. You'd want one of your midfielders to do a bit more. Belts was looking. If
you're having a bull rush down the sideline, you may as well all commit to the run.
Yeah.
If the intent is to get one back, you've got to really commit to the idea as a team. Joshua Belts, once again, look at this run. Joshua Belts, he's got Flynn inside. Flynn gets a half deflection on it, but penalty corner. And one's going to be sent as well. James Winning. Oh no, something previously within the play.
Robinson.
Must have interfered beforehand. Probably from the run leading all the way up the middle by Joshua Belts. And the free is back outside, not a penalty corner. Belts.
And we saw a lot of this in the first half. Reds defending the edge of the circle and doing it really well.
Jorgensen, Flynn just flicks it up into the keeper. Good ball, Jorgensen in. Gave Flynn the opportunity.
And we made the comment that Flynn hadn't had too many chances. Well, he's had a couple in the first minute.
Chance once again. Goes deep across the back. Just defended and kept out nicely. Matthew Lewis just gets himself stuck in the middle there.
Well, 3 or 4 times in the circle already in the first 2 minutes. So Hale, they mean business.
How long do you keep going with this attitude, though? You can't keep doing this for 2 quarters. Obviously, you're going to tire everyone out, but how long do you give this until you call it a quit?
You've got subs. you throw everything at it.
Got to get one.
They've got pace and they've got the capacity to run and chase, and here we go again.
Great lead up around the corner. Stick just not quite there. Matthew Lewis made a great run for his team. Another opportunity inside the circle.
Good defending by Winning, but what we saw in the first half, there we have someone running, but they didn't get out quickly, and if Reds don't get out quickly, then they find themselves pressured like this. Lucky from Zalewski.
Heating up here.
He's looking over the top, but no, there aren't the easy out options that we saw in the first half. Maybe that's part of what Hale are doing.
Jennings for Zalewski. Goes inside, turns back out. Great little ball. Kleinschmidt. Now Zalewski again.
Not a bad strategy. Slow the game down, win a free hit, get to the other side. Oh, danger.
Ball over in the corner. I believe Busnell. Now Foster just needs to be clean. Oh, he's not happy. Goes up, doesn't reckon he's got that on the foot at all.
No, it went through his legs, I think. He's not happy. Hit his stick. And Peter Wright says, bad luck, I didn't see that.
Another breakaway. Fred Gray gives it for Jorgensen inside, missing the first swing attempt. Matthew Lewis gave that everything.
And Lewis probably would have been better off making a trap. Here's the pass across. Jorgensen fires it. He does well. Oh, yes. Even if he hadn't had the big swing, the guys on the other side of the circle may have got there.
5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Sideline, Alicia Power, Jason Gabriel. You've got to be excited now seeing what's unfolding here.
Oh, it's exciting. Really good attacking start to the game by Hale. The guy I probably wanted to get more involved was Josh Belts, and he's already had a great run through the middle. So if he can get more of the ball going forward for Hale in their front half, I feel like he's going to help them to get back into this game. What do you think, Lesh?
Yeah, there's been a huge intensity lift down here on the pitch side. You can tell that Hale have really lifted a lot, and Reds are matching it at the moment. So it's going to be a really interesting 9 minutes and 40 seconds to come.
Thank you very much, sideline.
If you're Reds, you want to slow it down a bit, don't you? And have a bit of field position, and that's exactly what Zalewski's doing.
Just biting off a little bit of time for his team. Reds get inside. Good desperation just to try and get it inside the circle.
Lockley hoping, but that's all.
Can Hale keep pressing straight through the midfield? They sure can. Another great ball on the outside. Blake Wallace. Options are presenting themselves. Foot first, just a little bit further out. Wallace will take it again. Lays back Jorgensen. Likes to look directly in. Gets the call to flick back for Guest. Pressure comes, but a nice little push around the outside. Joshua Belts. It's looked good. Jorgensen again out wide. Great inward ball, needs a deflection. Sam Ashton just needed a feather on that.
Well, he was in the right position. It was a very good pass from Jorgensen, and a touch, and that's a goal, and then the game's wide open. But they haven't. They've had a lot of pressure. They've had a lot of chances. There's really been some. Well, as Alicia said, the intensity is increased, and you usually have to, if you're going to get penetration, you have to increase your intensity, and they've done that.
Wallace manages just to get a deflection for the long corner.
Ben Wright just got his stick on that outside the circle, but if this is continued, if the game's played in this half, then you've got to think that eventually Reds are going to concede, and that's just going to give more power to Hale.
How tired are they going to be leading into the fourth if this takes longer than they expect? Wallace has to commit here, keep it in bounds. Wasn't the smartest. Jack Fulton needed to pull out. Gives Reds a break back the other way. Hayes sends it wide. Zalewski up into the corner.
And Jorgensen had his stick there and it hit his foot, and he was very glad, I think, because if he'd gone behind him, he was in trouble.
Spinning, turning, Reds now inside the circle. Hale desperate to not give away a free that's led to the 2 goals so far. Just outside again, and then the tackle commit comes through. Good patience.
Zalewski was looking for the corner, wasn't he? Didn't get it, and now here's the breakaway.
Faulkner. Good press out wide. Sits up here for Pearce. Pearce tackled strongly but wins the free. Needs to feed this one back. Trying to just get a little extra sauce out of it.
Oh, Jordan, I'm sorry. Smythe deliberately got in the way, delayed it, then really should have been more than that. Got away with murder, and he knows it.
Gray for Austin, who tries to go down the sideline, left it behind, trying to win a free out of nowhere. Foster, not Foster.
Bisnall.
18 and 16. Tricky once we now under lights. It's got to be kicked by someone.
Robinson did well. He wins the free, and Again, the Reds relieve the pressure, and they're relieved because they've been under a lot of it for most of this half. There's the overhead, though, and that was always a contest.
Reset time again for Hale. Reds currently have no answer for this attacking through the spine.
McCullough, he makes that trap and he's in business.
Ball still on out wide.
Well, it was a very good pass.
Hayes drills one out wide. Adrian Lockley wasn't on the stick right, felt the vibration. Joshua Belts has filtered back into the last line of defence now. Good ball. Needs soft hands one-on-one. Great awareness by Gray. Takes it forward, needs to get this deep across the face. Deflection required. Chance McCullough just smacks it into the keeper. Another chance, another good save. Really getting his work in now, Hayden Walker. No free given on the far side. And this is going to start flaring up, Rick. Everyone's getting a bit of feeling involved. Stolen midfield.
Well, it all happened then, didn't it? Very good play on the right by Gray. Made the chance. Saved by the goalkeeper. Another chance perhaps was Lockley 5 metres away. We weren't sure. And as a result, Belts finds himself resting on the pine. And that time he's not 5, he's off.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Now we get a green card both ways. Adrian Lockley goes off. Hale, another opportunity inside. Dangerous pass.
Fair enough, he doesn't think it's a shot.
Yeah, he's called it before already.
Yep. Oh, you've got to say it could have been a shot.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Hayden Walker, though, is really doing well in goals now.
I think sometimes the umpires like to get the pressure off.
Yeah. There's too much ball in here for me.
Oh, and Flynn just needed a touch on that. They really are applying the pressure. Many opportunities, but Hale can't break through.
If they don't get a goal, Foster steals this one. Wants a chance through, just muscles out of the way. He's got Rackus across the face. Great desperation defence. Austin gets in the way.
Well, Austin did well. A couple were beaten, but he did enough to delay. And this is where the Reds are so dangerous. They counter. They've been under pressure, but then they break. And Austin did well there.
Across the back, deflection needed. Across the baseline. Hale back to full numbers. Only moments before Reds get theirs back too. Hayden Belts, after a breather, still wants to commit up the middle. Rackus, a forward just trying to maintain pressure, wins the free for his side.
2 minutes. Reds have got nearly to the end of the quarter and they've stayed 2 goals ahead. They'd be happy with that.
Gee, you just would
been outplayed, but they're still there.
You would be so defeated as a side, Hale, if you can't get through with all this pressure. They do it for the 4th period as well. There's a lot of energy out of the tank, especially coming up into Wednesday night. They've got to back it up. Robinson in the corner. Shoves it in. Reds get their player back on the field now as well. Full complements versing each other with 1:30 on the clock. All on Hale. Little 1-2. Awkward. Foster gets in the channel. Only just over the top of his stick and gives Blake Wallace a little bit of thinking to do. Didn't have that man free in the middle. Flynn still called for it anyway. Nothing in that.
Again, Smythe did well. He's jumping in front. He makes the interception. Those are important.
What a ball.
Lovely little lob from Zalewski. And Rourke Palmer fires into the circle, but can't be controlled. 45 seconds. And the Reds just about got through.
One chance.
It was a misflick, wasn't it?
Oh, desperation defence. Really well done down the sideline, Xavier Jennings. They're all fighting for possession down here close side.
Good outcome. Foster will be happy with that. They win the free hit. 17 seconds to go. They won't be in a hurry to take it. Ian Smythe, he'll keep it safe.
Looks like we're going to be going with a 2-0 lead into the fourth quarter. That area ball will watch the time expire. Reds still in firm control here. Those 2 first quarter goals proving ever so vital as this contest progresses very deeply here at Perth Hockey Stadium. We've seen 3 fantastic games, and this one's sure going to match up and make it 4 from 4.
Well, in the first half, Hale had a bunch of corners. That time they had a bunch of field shots in the third quarter and still haven't scored. They certainly applied pressure, certainly did much more.
So we'll get some audio out of the Reds huddle once again. Hale opting to not lend the microphone. A few explicits probably coming in through there.
Yeah, so I just quickly chatted with the Reds coach just before, and I asked him if he had any key points for his team leading into this last quarter, and he just said work rate, flat out. So that's what the Reds guys are going to do this last 15 minutes. They're going to work hard and get over the line. What about you, Jace, over with Hale?
Yeah, same with Hale over here. Coach Des King obviously not wanting to have us involved, which is understandable during a final series. So I can imagine what he was saying is being clinical in the circle. They've had some really great opportunities in that part of the quarter. Really carry that into the next, in this current quarter, and hopefully put a few away and really put the pressure back on Reds.
Jace, just for yourself as well there, when we're talking about Liam Flynn, how does he keep his head up in this final term? He's gotten opportunities now finally in the third. They're doing everything they can to feed him ball. How do you keep your head up? How do you get this equaliser starting to come to fruition?
He's going well, and it's just not falling for him, and sometimes you have days like that, but as long as he keeps working hard, creating the space for his teammates, when he gets it, you know, take advantage of the opportunities that come. So look for him to lift again, and if he's not directly involved in scoring the goal, there's a good chance he might be involved in creating it.
15 minutes left. One team with a much easier path to the grand final. All you got to do is hold this lead if you're the Reds, or shock the world if you're Hale. Great little dinking on the inside. Hale support. Feeling the umpire was bullied into the decision there. That one's definitely a foot though on the outside. Lockley doing well.
You just got to play the minutes if you're the Reds. Hayes wins another free hit on the edge, and every minute they can play in their attacking quarter is going to be a good minute for the Reds.
Nice deft touch by Zalewski. Gets intercepted, and Hale now get their chances. Just not there. Flynn cops it on the toe off himself. Now we head straight back into the danger zones. Kleinschmidt fired it across.
It was right where it needed to be, and Lockley was nearly there. He probably needed to dive. Maybe he didn't think it was going to get through, but he's just there. Whoa.
That would have been a big silencer, that's for sure.
I think an instinctive striker would have dived there. He's more a midfielder, Adrian.
The midfielder generally making sure their body's fit and ready to go for
the next
time. Striker goes, this might be the last time I ever get a shot on goal, every single time. Oh. Awkward little flick up onto the toe. Gives Ian Smith.
He's been very solid, Ian Smith. He's
cops a shove.
There's a bit of, that's unnecessary.
Flick over the top. Hale player in the space, brings it down.
I think that's Matt Lewis's frustration you saw there.
Good turn and go, keeping the pace on is great.
Well, Gray 2 or 3 times today has received beautifully in the middle of the field and created something.
What a tackle.
And there's Smythe again, just doing his job. Filling the middle of the field, very solid.
Lockley laid back for Zawarski. He's going to just play this across the back. No reason to rush. Arsenal. Direct ball, Foster.
Well, we played 3 minutes and Hale haven't put a glove on the Reds. The Reds have been in their circle more. So things have changed.
Big Hail Mary ball just fades out to the left. McCulloch, no chance.
And smart play really by the Reds. Ben Wright knew he was playing on, knew the umpire had probably, and there's another 15, 20 seconds gone. Gets to play it back again. They're in no hurry. They're quite happy, and it's Hale who have to take the risks, push for more. Jennings didn't quite get it right, and so now Hale finally get it in their own half.
It is interesting in the game of hockey that there's no really strict restrictions on how long you can possess the ball, but even if you hold it for 15 seconds, it feels like an eternity. Someone at the back in this game, it moves so quickly. Chance here for Joshua Belts to go direct.
And Flynn probably could have done better there, or maybe the pass could have been better. Just not right where he wanted it. Because you get a touch on that, goes on the defender's foot, you end up with a corner. Pressure there from Belts on Hayes, and Hayes does very well. He's quick.
What a run.
He breaks away, and he's won the free. Oh, no, he hasn't.
Goes the opposite way. Gray gets to answer back after winning the free for his side. Josh Bowen gets it to the top of the circle. They're inside now, and they're going to win the penalty corner. Well done, Sam McCulloch.
Well, it was a very good pass by Bowen against the flow. We talked about that earlier when the players were running to the left. The lead was to the other way. It was a very good pass. He received it, and there was enough attention there from Ben Wright to warrant a corner. I think that's the correct decision. And now Hale, you've got to think they've got to score soon if they're going to get back.
Just quickly, sideline. Leash Power, if we've got you, what goes through your head? Big penalty corners like this in goals. What are you thinking? How do you clear your mind?
Well, firstly, I usually just start with a big breath and then just focus on what I'm doing. You can get a little bit crowded and distracted by your players around you in PCs. So just trying to focus on saving it.
Saving it just like that. Going away, left hand across the body. Hayden Walker watched it the whole way. Fends at it. They get another chance at it, Hale. They have a look. Umpires conjure. They decide nothing coming of it. And we're out down the right-hand side once again.
An important tackle in the circle by Harmy Jones then. Hale player wanted more, but pretty solid save by Hayden Walker. He's had a pretty good game. Hasn't made an error yet. And I think you can probably say the same thing of Ollie Higgins, really. Neither of the goals were the things that you would
not going to
blame the goalkeeper for.
Big pressure up the middle of the field.
Well, both going for the ball there. Nothing in it.
Right, the attack of the beneficiary. Just see the pressure he puts on the ball there, right? Yeah, he got the touch on the ball first. It was just unfortunate that Belts was in the way and they're both colliding. Flynn unable to snatch that one.
And it's a long corner now. Long ball hit out.
Huge win for the Reds.
Yeah, the Reds will be happy with that. They get field position. They can take their time. There's 9 minutes left. And 2-goal lead's not enough in 9 minutes, but it's pretty handy. I'd rather be in their position.
Absolutely. Good centering ball. Is there a foot? No one around.
Well, they're calling, did he deliberately hit it over the back line? Jorgensen didn't try to do too much else, but you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Wide ball intercepted in defence, not given the 5 metres of space.
Question sideline here, guys. Probably for Rick. Rick, if you're Des King, at what point do you look to take your goalkeeper off and play with the extra field player?
Sooner the better. In my view, I think they've got to be thinking about it soon.
Hale.
You create doubt, you give yourself a chance, you'll probably make 2 or 3 opportunities, and I'd be thinking pretty soon.
There's Lockley inside. Rackus tries to get it back on his inside. He just had his feet jammed up. Play on the call.
I don't think Peter Wright could see then. It's pretty hard for the umpire on that side. He needs help. It all happened in front of him. But of course you don't take your goalkeeper off until you've got the ball secure somewhere. And I think you've got to think in the next minute or 2 would be the time. Otherwise you don't give yourself enough time.
Big chance around the corner, Foster. They're all tied up on each other.
Pretty good tackle there by Hayden Belts. Chasing from behind. Took it clean.
Zach Rackus gets inside. Backhand. That would have been very dangerous on goal.
Well, had it been on the net, sometimes with that bouncing ball you can really get some purchase, as we saw with Jack Hayes in the first half.
Josh Belts' pass intercepted. Reds get a chance. Straight back in the face. There's no going away, these Reds at the moment. Lockley just dispossessed on the far side.
And of course Hale pushing, looking. And of course you take risks and those interceptions keep coming back at you.
Well done to snatch that out of the air, Kleinschmidt.
Yeah, very good skill.
Ball down the sideline.
They are controlling the ball, aren't they? The Reds, they've
reascended. They've got rid of that 3rd quarter woes. Just better at winning that tackle, not allowing them to progress up the field. Down the left-hand side, Busnell just tries to flick inside. Rackus again. Wasn't Rackus, sorry. He was waiting in front of the goals. Very similar perm, though.
And it's almost like, I get the feeling that taking the goalkeeper off would actually give Hale more purpose, you know? Because it makes you nervous about your defending, but it also gives you a new purpose, new direction. So I reckon it's time.
Centering ball just out of Foster's reach.
Yeah, I'd like Ollie Higgins to play that ball, you know. I mean, Hale don't need to wait an extra 10 seconds.
Joshua Belts doesn't take the one-on-one this time. Saw him charging up in the 3rd quarter. He split them up here. He's waiting for someone to lead into him this time. Sets out wide, Willis. There's a couple circling, floating here. Ball gets taken off the defender. Foster smartly just used his body to push it away in the same motion. Buy them a second or 2. Now we're inside the circle. Hale got to score soon. Still there, penalty corner. 4 minutes 40 on the clock.
And Des King is signalling to the ground control he wants to take off the goalkeeper. Ollie Higgins is making his way. So they're going to do it soon, or next free hit, I would suspect. Maybe they want to score the corner first.
Does help.
Yep, confirmed, guys. Going to look to take the keeper off after the next break and play.
Just 1 second, Jace. We'll get you again here. Go for it.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to say that there is Ollie Higgins is going to come off just when the next break and plays comes up.
Thank you, Jace. Big chance, Hale. Bottom right corner, just a little bit wide. Just haven't had them smacking the back of the net tonight.
Well, you don't want to miss the goal. That really hurts, and they're taking their time. The Reds, they're in no hurry. Higgins is walking off.
Matthew Lewis coming on for him, so good number. Play that extra number up front, gets good entrances.
Trying to get themselves organised.
I'm sure they're probably just going to flick this to Brody Foster inside the circle and put it beyond doubt.
That's what he's going to try and do.
He's not going to get the full legs.
Oh, no confidence.
Didn't want to take a piece of that, Blake Wallace.
Maybe you got to go for it though, don't you? Yeah. This will be interesting.
How do they
should be able to stretch the other team. It wouldn't be going down the middle, lucky, but once you get to there, that's not such a bad outcome.
So Lewis feeds it through in the middle.
Ooh.
Scraping out the side, still in control.
And how fast do you go?
Lewis again, good replacement, cracks it on the back himself. Good courage underneath by the Reds. Ben Wright gets in the way of this just in the nick of time because Lewis was having a crack.
And he's made the tackle in the circle, and then he's receiving the ball over the half line. Well done by
3 minutes 11.
Oh, you've got to take that ball in the circle. Yes. Guesty.
Does well to push wide. They need to go back over the top. Centering ball. Belts does well. Playing it out, right-hand side. It's Joshua Belts. Feeding down right corner, just fired in. Sam McCulloch, a little bit wide of everyone.
Off a red stick, they've still got it.
Turning around, Austin. Jorgensen, he's got a good direct ball in. Can he feed it one more time? Gets the arm of Brody outside. Inside, Flynn. Can't make contact again. Just hasn't been getting the rub this afternoon, Flynn. You see here.
He's in the right space.
Millimetres.
Foot. Yeah. Well, on another day, maybe there's a few goals there. But not today. 2 minutes. You've got to think it's Reds' game. Oh, this could be messy. Foster not happy, but you've got to play. The game's moving.
Foster and the entire circus, they all go up. Set up for Jorgensen down the line here if they want to use him. Guess he decides to go back and across. They want to go left flank instead. They sit and wait patiently inside the circle. Can they get an inboard chance? Sam McCulloch wins it free outside. Wants to go. He's only got 1:15 left. Gray. Can he get it inside? Play on. Almost travelled the 5. Now has need to get it in. Collapses into the tackle. Hale, so close. Good paddle on, alive. Keeper just gets the left boot down. How do they keep doing it? I mean, Hayden Walker didn't need to move, but it's a save nonetheless.
Yeah, he was balanced and he was in the right spot. Jorgensen did well to get there. Hale have done everything to make these opportunities. They haven't been able to finish them. Robinson's happy with that.
30 seconds to go.
The game's gone.
They'll still get a second chance. This becomes a whole lot harder for them on the way into the grand final. Good ball centering. Lewis cops a bit of stick, wanted to play on. Free's gone the other way. You hear the cheers from the Reds fans, and they're going to hold it up here. Everybody's happy to see the end of the game. Reds win 2-0 over Hale. And what has been a fantastic qualifying semi-final.
Well, it was a pretty solid performance, you've got to say, particularly from the defenders from the Reds. I loved Harmy James' game. I think Smythe was terrific. Hayden Walker didn't make a mistake, and that was enough. Brodie Foster is always dangerous, and Jack Hayes, of course, scored a stinging goal, and often intercepted. You know, pretty solid game from the Reds. Hale made a lot of chances, but weren't able to finish.
Sad as well, because you can't doubt the efforts of both the Belts, David Guest, Jorgensen even. I like the way he performed out there tonight. There's a lot of positives for Hale, and they're certainly not out of this final series yet. And watching all 4 games this afternoon, I'd probably say they're in my top 2 or 3 performances of the day. They just couldn't get it done today.
Yeah, and you got to score. That's what it's about, and 2-0 solid. They got the start and they held onto it.
So Reds victorious once again down here this evening. So we'll just wait for some of the players to finish shaking hands, come down sideline, get their final word on how the proceedings went. And then we'll let you and ourselves all out of here. Throw down to Jason Gabriel. He does have the Reds goalkeeper down there.
Thank you, guys. I do have Hayden Walker here, the Reds goalkeeper. Fantastic game from you, mate, and a good win for the boys.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a good win. First final, so it's always good to get the first one on the board and then focus on, I think it's Wednesday.
Yeah, look, AK talked about defence being, the first thing for you guys. And obviously, as the goalkeeper, you're the last line. So, what do you feel when when guys are coming into the game for you and or into the circle and having to block everything that's happening?
I think the biggest thing is just trying to push them wide, push them into those 45-degree angles, make them shoot from down there, makes it harder for them, makes it easier for me, and just making sure my boys are on top of them.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic game. Good luck Wednesday.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much to Jason Gabriel and Alicia Power, making our sideline experience all the better this afternoon. And Rick, thank you very much for joining me up here this evening.
Pleasure. Thanks, Nick.
Well, it's been a fantastic day of semi-final hockey here in WA. 4 games, 4 victors. We move on to Wednesday night and next Saturday, where we'll see some more finals action. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We'll catch you all next time.